Welcome to MotoGP World. Today, we bring you the latest updates from the MotoGP paddock as preparations intensify ahead of the 2026 season. First, let's focus on Ducati and the VR46 racing team. Franco Morbidelli has expressed his appreciation for having a champion like Marc Márquez within the Ducati family. Despite Márquez's reputation as a formidable rival and the understandable difficulties teammates like Pecco Bagnaia have faced trying to match his performance, Morbidelli sees his presence more as an inspiration than a threat. He acknowledges that competing alongside Marquez provides access to valuable data and insights, helping riders push their limits daily. Morbidelli, who will ride the GP25 this year alongside the official Ducati riders, believes that although the engines are frozen for the entire season to manage costs, everyone starts on a level playing field in terms of machinery. Morbidelli also addressed the concerns raised throughout 2025 about Ducati's development focus on Marquez. He emphasizes that Ducati is very democratic in its approach, considering input from all riders, but naturally prioritizing the needs of the team's leading champion. That philosophy is something he accepts as fair and productive. Fabio Di Giannantonio, Morbidelli's teammate, shared a similar perspective, highlighting that having Marquez nearby encourages him to improve and aim to surpass the highest standards. Both riders understand that racing against or sharing a box with a multiple world champion like Marquez is a rare opportunity and a motivation to elevate their own performance. Switching gears to recent testing action, Alex Espargaro has closed the shakedown test in Sepang, Malaysia, with the fastest time on January 31st, 2026. Riding for Honda, he set a remarkable lap of 1 minute 57.173 seconds, nearly a full second quicker than his time 2 days earlier. Alex's brother, Pol Espargaro, finishing second fastest on his Red Bull KTM with just 126 thousandths of a second behind, proved the family's strong form together on the grid. French star Fabio Quartararo secured the third best time on his Yamaha with 1 minute 57.69 seconds, just over half a second behind the top. Alex Rins, also on Yamaha, and Australian Jack Miller rounded out the top 5, showing competitive pace early in the preseason. The young Brazilian rider Diogo Moreira impressed by improving more than a second on his times and finishing ahead of veteran Dani Pedrosa. We continue with more information from the MotoGP preseason activities, specifically focusing on the shakedown tests held in Sepang. On January 31, the third and final day of the Sepang shakedown saw a remarkable performance from Alex Espargaro, who topped the timing sheets with an impressive 1 minute 57.173 seconds. This lap time was so quick that it would have placed him fourth on the starting grid for the 2025 Malaysian Grand Prix, highlighting the level of competitiveness displayed during these tests. Alex managed to edge out his younger brother Pol Espargaro in a tight brotherly duel. Paul was close behind with a time of 1.57299 in the morning session, but Alex, riding a Honda from the test team and benefiting from new aerodynamic parts, managed to improve and finish the day 126 thousandths of a second faster than Paul. Fabio Quartararo followed closely in third place with a time of 1:57.690, breaking the 1:58 barrier late in the session and confirming the encouraging debut of Yamaha's newly introduced V4 engine. Fourth place was secured by Alex Rins, who clocked 1:57.892 after strong running towards the end of the day. Completing the top 5 was Jack Miller, aboard the Pramac Yamaha, with a time of 1:58.94. This shows a strong representation of Yamaha machinery within the top ranks of this shakedown, underlining the progress made by the manufacturer as the season approaches. Among the rookies and new additions to the grid, Brazilian rider Diogo Moreira caught attention by briefly touching 5th place, ending ultimately in 6th with a 1:58.338. a significant improvement of over 1.5 seconds from the previous day. Toprak Razgatlioglu also showed steady progress, finishing 8th with a 1:58.465, improving his own best time by more than 0.3 of a second despite still adapting to the MotoGP class. Dani Pedrosa was just behind Toprak in 7th position, clocking a similar lap time. Unfortunately, the day was not without incident. Michel Pirot, Ducati's test rider, suffered a crash in turn 14 around midday. Thankfully, Pirot escaped unharmed and was able to return to the box shortly after and continue testing. He finished the day 9th on the timesheets with a 1:58.899. Aprilia's test rider Lorenzo Savadori followed closely in 10th place. Mika Kallio and Andrea Dovizioso completed the times in 11th and 12th, respectively. And we close with the latest developments from Honda as they gear up for the 2026 MotoGP season. Honda has shown renewed confidence with their new machines, especially with Joan Mir and Luca Marini leading the charge. Mir, who achieved 2 podiums last year, emphasized his growing strength and mindset shift from 2024 to 2025, calling it a continuation of steady progress. Marini is even more optimistic, boldly stating that this year they will secure victories. Honda's project is clearly ambitious, with team principal Alberto Puig highlighting ongoing improvements and the importance of focusing on fine details that can make a difference on the track. The new Honda bike has received praise from tester Alex Espargaro as the best MotoGP machine he has ever ridden, adding to the hope that Honda could finally return to the top. HRCS chief Abe also reinforced the goal to fight against the best with greater commitment than ever before. The 2026 season promises to be pivotal for Honda as they not only seek race wins, but also lay the foundation toward 2027 and beyond. Complementing this optimistic outlook, the LCR Honda team officially unveiled their new RC213V machines and rider lineup with veteran Johan Zarco and rookie Diogo Moreira. Zarco, coming off a strong 2025 with a win in France and a podium at Silverstone, remains calm and focused on a long campaign. His vast experience with multiple manufacturers is a valuable asset for the team in refining the bike and strategy. Meanwhile, Moreira steps up from Mototwo with a 3-year contract, signaling Honda's commitment to solid talent development. The young Brazilian, who impressed during preseason testing by posting competitive lap times, plans to focus on adaptation and enjoying his rookie year rather than immediate results. The team sees Moreira as both a strategic investment for the future and a source of excitement, especially as he is expected to contend with Toprak Razgatlioglu for Rookie of the Year honors. Together, Zarco's experience and Moreira's fresh talent give LCR Honda a strong dual approach, aiming to strengthen their position within the highly competitive MotoGP field. With these updates, Honda is setting an intriguing scene for MotoGP fans as the new season approaches. Between the factory team's growing confidence and the LCR satellite squad's blend of youth and experience, the Japanese manufacturer is on a clear path to regain its former glory. We will be watching closely to see if Mir and Marini can deliver